whining in the background.
Yep.
I wonder if
All
they're
right,
going to
so we're
Heat
underway.
first.
And they're going with Heat Man. And then they're going to... Alright, Vet's on Metal Man stage, and Tom is on Airman stage.
Let's see if Tom sticks with that Airman stage, because we know Tom... we know Airman can be mighty evil, don't we, Kami?
Oh, he
Yeah.
sure can. He doesn't seem to be as evil as he can be so far, but the second half of the Airman stage is almost always incredibly different than the first.
Absolutely. So it's more of a wait and see, but you know, the only nuisance is these birds, but you know what? There was a rabbit there, but you know what? Too many sprites on the screen. Disappear.
Alright, Tom gets an extra life along the way while killing those baby birds. Meanwhile, Vet can't hit those whatever those pogo like jumpers are. Can you guys can one of you guys help me?
I have no idea what they're called. I just call them those helicopter dudes.
Yeah.
I just call them prop tops because that's kind of the noise they make.
Yeah. I'll go with what you said is helicopter dudes. But anyways, Vet is going to take on the boss in Metal Man stage, and this is Flashman.
High jumper. Gives the right amount of damage that Kami likes to see, and that should go down easy. Just like.
Meanwhile, Tom takes on Quick Man, and he's getting a little bouncy, if I will say so myself.
He's slow though, so it's not
a little slow for a guy like Quick Man.
Thanks, Randomizer, but he goes down just the same.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see where Tom goes next. And it looks like both the runners are going to traverse the Woodman stage.
Yep, they're on Woodman stage.
Alright, let's see some hot diggity dogs.
Yeah.
3 of them.
Yep, each dog takes 10 buster shots of damage. And it looks like iraqvet only has flash, but he could use that flash to bypass the dogs, but that depends on randomization. Nope, not this time.
It doesn't work.
He might have used it a bit too soon, but I don't think there's enough time on that flash to even make it through. Anyway,
there's definitely not. It's close though.
Wait. Did Tom zip there, or did I miss?
No. I think he just went through the he just went through all those hot dogs right there.
I'm pretty sure I saw a hot dog zip. I could be mistaken. Might have to have a booth review.
Come on now, this ain't the NFL, you know. We're all scoring plays.
It could be. You don't know what it is.
Right.
There is Mega Man Soccer, so football does exist in that universe.
Oh yeah, because there is Mario and Sonic at Olympic Games. But anyways, Vet is getting closer to going to the fight on Woodman stage.
Yellow card that robot.
Alright. Vet is going to take on Heat Man in Woodman stage. Oh man, he'd be burning through the trees with all that heat and fire.
Yeah, but it looks like we got 4 dots of damage per buster shot, and that's the kind of Heat Man I like to see.
Wow.
And all the same, down they go. No item. Moving on. Looks like iraqvet's got Flashman, and let's see where Tom goes. Tom's going to go.
So, upon reviewing the play, Tom did indeed do the tiny zip on wood stage there.
Oh, okay.
That's So for those who don't know and why we haven't seen it, this is a zipless tournament. So I don't know what the actual penalty for that is off the top of my head.
No, but
I'm looking for it.
maybe someone can look up the rule guide.
It's 5 seconds added on to his SRL time.
There we go. So 5 seconds.
Yeah, rules are rules.
And Tom's a cheater. Look, I may have been disconnected from voice here to do commentary, but my eyes did not deceive me.
You can say that
Mine
again.
always do.
Well, anyways, that is going on to the fight on Flashman's stage, and this fight is going to be against Metal Man.
He's gonna throw disco balls.
Yeah.
Both of our runners, by the way, had a pretty lucky draw on stage selection, getting a nice short stage with an E-tank.
Yeah, especially after a long Woodman stage.
Yeah,
But
that's what you want to see then.
Meanwhile, Tom is going on to Quickman. This is fighting Airman in Quickman stage.
However, we do have one problem, and that's the fact that we still haven't found an item. And we still got both heat and crash to come.
Yep. Uh-oh. Tom's a little low, and he's going to use the E-tank.
Yeah. Airman is not being a bro, but that bubble looks to be doing its job, so let's mash away.
Yep.
So down goes Airman. Did we get an item? We did! We got item 1! So Crashman is now at least less annoying. But Kami doesn't care.
No. Never. No, that's not true. I care a little bit. Like, I want it to be possible.
just not for them.
Yeah, it's fine if it's not for them, you know. Just for me.
Just for you, so that you don't have to use it. Alright, so it looks like we're going through Game Boy Metal Man stage, and iraqvet's going through Airman stage.
Almost got dropped in the pit twice there, taking the legs to the face over the gaps. Playing it real dangerous.
Yeah, that's some egg on his face, alright.
Yeah. It's not scrambled eggs, that is. Alright, so Vet is going on to the fight in Airman stage, and he's going to face off against Quickman.
Yeah, we kind of already know
the slow-moving Quickman.
Yeah, we kind of already have an idea what these bosses are. Tom's about to approach the Metal Man door where Flashman waits for him, and he's going to grab this E-tank as an insurance, and I don't blame him. I generally don't go for this, but in this tournament, I've been seeing runners more often than not go for that E-tank when they have an item.
Yeah, you just kind of have to go with your gut on that E-tank sometimes. You can get it without an item just fine. It's like 2 or 3 pause buffers to get it back across the gap. But I don't know, it just kind of depends on your gut feeling and how the seed is treating you by the time you find that E-tank.
Looks like Tom wanted to use that metal on Flashman, but we know that he can just buster him down just fine. Oh, but he finds a bubble weakness for him.
Oh, bubbles are working.
Alright, and iraqvet, mind you, is in Root Beer Man stage.
Oh, nice!
My favorite.
And so it's CasualTom. So we got both runners heading off into Root Beer Man stage.
I'd much rather think of it as root beer than them being in a deep fryer.
Well, I was confused first because we had Phantom Falls, but then it settled and became Root Beer.
It's root beer brewed with a citrus flavor.
Brewed with a citrus orange flavor, or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
It's rhubarb beer.
Looks like a fairly easy stage. Everything except for the shrimps is rather buster friendly.
Yep, and
Iraqvet
Tom
gonna
is going
ride
to use
item
that.
too.
So, just to be clear, right now, iraqvet has a slight lead over Tom, since they're both on the same stage with the same number of robot masters down. And iraqvet's about to find out who our boss in Bubbleman stage is.
And it's Bubbleman himself.
Is this even randomized?
Of course it isn't. Well, he moves a little bit faster. I guess he's got a sugar high right now.
He's got a short hop. He had too much of the foam. That's what he was shooting out.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Too much.
That was dangerous, but the extra pause buffer saved it. Tom almost went down because it seemed like he may have forgotten that your iframes will still expire while you're paused.
Yeah.
Also, I missed where iraqvet got that item too. I believe he might have gotten it from Flashbins. Anyway, iraqvet's going to go through Quickman stage now as Tom is dealing with Bubbleman. Down goes Bubbleman. Shoutouts to Megacall for informing me that indeed item 2 was in Flashman stage, so Tom is going to get item 2 from the stage. Meanwhile, iraqvet is halfway through Quickman stage. He'll end up getting item 1 at the end of this.
Definitely shoutouts to Mega Kyle 83, our unsung hero behind the scenes, tracking everything for everybody so we know where we're at. Even if sometimes we still don't know where we're at, it's not Kyle's fault, it's ours. He's doing a good job here.
Well, alright, with that having been said, iraqvet is now nearing the boss door. He's got to be careful. Okay, the enemy set decided to play nice with him at the boss door.
Alright, Vet's taking an E-Tank, and now he's gonna face, I believe, Airman in Quickman stage.
Also, shoutouts to Guilty Gear, as this is Blue Water, the track used for the character named
Oh!
Ooh, and
Vet takes
iraqvet.
a death against Airman.
Meanwhile, Tom is checking wall weaknesses, hoping to find something. Wasn't heat, bubble, about metal? Nope. So we have 3 more weapons to check for wall weaknesses, but doing that, Tom has narrowed down what it's not. Tom is not having a good time with this airman, as he keeps running into the tornadoes. And careful! Yep, I thought that was a bad pattern there. So Tom's got to do the airman.
That was bad, though.
Yeah, that's iraqvet doing that, but yeah, that's a nasty airman, honestly, and mostly because of the terrain. I think the refight wouldn't be as bad with this airman, but not necessarily easy, but easier.
If only if he could use the charged Buster shot.
Well,
Oh, that would be a dream come true.
It'd be Kami's dream, as well as sliding.
Oh man, now we're talking. What if this was Rockman and Forte? Oh man, yeah.
Well, we could always turn on a variant that's in the randomizer called Burst Chaser.
Ooh.
But this time, Vet takes down Airman.
It was a close one, but they made it. Didn't need the E-Tanks. They're going to continue moving forward here, and they've both gotten pretty lucky here. Both of our runners with saving the hardest stages for last.
Yep.
I think Vet used an E-Tank, though, and I don't think he has any E-Tanks left.
No, but he'll be able to get one on Crashman stage. However, Tom has a nice complement of
he takes an extra life. That's helpful. think he was also down to his last life in that Airman fight.
Also,
Alright, here we go. Yoku's, everybody's favorite PTSD-inducing sound.
Jump, jump, jump.
I mean, and fair. Well, I was gonna say at least they're on a correct stage where they appear, with the music in our background.
Yeah, at least they're not randomized.
Yeah.
But imagine if they were.
Oh, it'd be a nightmare.
It just means that we would not do Heatman until last, hoping that item 2 wasn't there. Tom was low on health.
Ooh.
Getting run over by the...
Bad judgment call there.
What?
Oh, they don't even have any tanks. I didn't realize.
Nope. Oh, could have used that extra.
Are they ever really extra?
Sure. Until
Yeah.
they're suddenly not. Alright, so Tom's at the door now. Let's see who our boss for Heatman is. And it's
Woodman.
hot.
Yep.
Gonna put some logs on this fire. Tom.
He's got a pretty quick pattern and a pretty quick jump, but it's not a very long hop. He's actually a pretty decent woodman to deal with there, no matter what his weakness is. There's a lot of little opportunities to attack him.
Alright, well, here's our last stage in Crashman. And, ooh, we got robot rabbits in the ladders. Good thing we did this last.
Oh, robot bunnies.
It's a very good thing we did this last, because we're probably going to find those on the following screens.
Oh.
Yeah, we've got the frogs.
We're at least going to find 2 of them, because I'm not sure if you saw, but one of the enemies in that first area was a telly, so it's going to be a matter of spawning. But I don't think it matters, considering the rabbits, land on the ladder.
Oh, tellies. Phew. We're lucky. Alright, both of our runners...
Well, that's just the
Indeed,
first one. Let's
robot
see what let's see what the next 2. There we go.
And we got bunnies. Oh, wow. Oh, this is good. Now, a
But
good rule of thumb for these screens is always to jump up the ladder from the platform. Only because it'll actually allow you to grab the ladder a little high and buy you that time to get past the rabbits or shrimp or frogs or whatever it might be in your way. But that only works on the second and third screens, not the first platform screen.
Yeah, I learned not to trust 100% what was on that first screen because of that telly. So, fortunately, Tom had a time stopper and was able to navigate his way through the elevator section there. Let's see how iraqvet deals with the bunnies when he gets to the second screen.
Surprise!
Oh, look, more amphibians too.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's what you want to see. Oh yeah. Oh man, that's terrible. This is one of the worst crash stages just about ever. I can't wait to see the rest of the climb here. You think it's going to be a rabbit or more frogs?
Hopefully, more frog. No
Telly.
frog.
A telly.
It's
The
just a
luck.
tell. Yeah, so he lucked out there. And it was a Met on the other side.
Alright.
A surprise vet. I'm not sure if he tested the. Ooh, he's got to be careful. He's low on health again. With
Yep.
that E-tank just a little bit.
Good call on the flash stopper there for sure.
There's another telly. Nope, don't do it there. Don't do it there. Okay.
Tom coming into the boss chamber here. Iraqvet's really not that far behind.
Nope.
Decent little climb here, but nothing too...
One thing's for certain is, considering his first couple of races, iraqvet has shown improvement. So shoutouts to iraqvet there.
CasualTom absolutely slaughters Crashman there. We got a slightly dumb crash.
All
He
right,
was
and
also
of
busted.
course the best eyebrows in the game, Dr. Wiley. So, as Bet takes the death here, and you know what that means, it's time to play the game called Guess the Color of the Dragon. Since Bull wasn't here last time around, we'll let you go first. What's your pick, Bull?
My pick is Grimace Purple Dragon with the crash weakness.
Okay. How about you, Camison?
Yellow Dragon, weak to Metal Blade.
Okay,
What? Metal Blade? That doesn't
Okay.
sound like you.
Well, if I want it to be Buster, it's not going to be. So, I gotta try my luck different.
My guess is gonna be blue and white dragon, weak to metal.
I was supposed to say, Cammy Senny, what have you done? Who are you? Are you an alien?
I am, of course, a human like you.
Vote for me, Bob Dole. Alright, so Tom quickly getting up the Wily climb here. We're quickly approaching the dragon. Get those last few guests in chat, as we're going to see what this dragon looks like soon. And nothing guarding the penultimate screen before the dragon. So let's take a look at what this dragon looks like.
Alright. Here we go. Survey says... Oh, it's a pink and blue and green dragon.
He's got 4 colors of the rainbow there, that's for sure. Not Buster. Went straight to Buster. Where's Frico? Also, that bubble was awful, but you know, honestly, bubble to me is not the worst weapon for the dragon.
No.
No, bubble, quick, metal, sometimes crash. Those are all decent ones.
To me, it's got to be wood. Wood's got to be the worst one.
Yeah, absolutely. There's very rare occasions where wood's not that bad against the dragon. It's very, very, very rare.
Air's not bad, but if it's that singular vertical air, that's bad.
God. Especially if it's the one that wraps around vertically.
Oh yeah. Alright, so Tom taking the refills in Wily 2 here. All the item 2 refills, it looks like. Let's see, nope.
Yeah, he must have plans for that item too.
Surprised to see Tom not check the crash wall weaknesses, but he does know which ones it could be, because he tested a bunch of them in Flashman stage. So it's either going to be, if I recall correctly, air, wood, or metal. That's going to be your crash wall weakness.
Well, reducing it to 3 is pretty good. I think it makes sense to skip the opportunity there and wait for the Boo Beam fight, since it's just 3 weapons to test.
Yes. Alright, so Tom's about to take on Pico here. Pico's interesting because, well, we're going to use metal on it. Pico has 3 weaknesses, and Tom found one of them, and it looks like it's going to be a good one with that metal blade. But I don't think Tom cares, so he's going to check other weapons, interestingly.
Oh, the air shooter does more.
Yeah, it looks like a decent air shooter. He's even able to get that one that was out of his way. Single shot. Beautiful. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see a weakness like this against the Pico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, iraqvet also finding bubble for the dragon.
Having a little bit of trouble.
He's got one. He's got one tip of health. He's got
E-tank, yeah.
Looks like he's switching to find another weapon now. Also, shoutouts to Storm Eagle stage. Oh, and Atomic Heat was our other weakness.
Playing really dangerously here. Oh no. They lost
He
the
takes a
rhythm.
game over.
Takes a game
Yikes.
over.
F's in the chat. That's a punishing game over.
All
So
the
yeah.
Fs.
Continue.
Generally, with the dragon, what you don't want to do is be on the same eye level as the dragon, because that's when he shoots out all those fireballs. So you kind of want to start at the top, and then when he initially hits you back, you'll land on the platform behind you, and then you want to move back up if you're using a weapon that's going to take some time to do damage to the dragon. But if you got something good like Buster or a mashable metal or a mashable quick, you can just mash away and be fine. Alright, so Tom's going to be checking for the guts weaknesses. It's not boomerang, bubble, or quick. How about metal? Not metal.
He doesn't want to use his crash bombs, but I've got the sneaking suspicion he's going to have to.
Not if you find something else, like air.
Oh, there we go. We got a good air weakness there, and it's multi-hit.
That's very good. All right, CasualTom is moving on to Wily4.
Wisely taking a refill for his air. Let's see what it takes to Nope, I thought he was going to take a weak refill for the item 3, but he says, nope, I got this, I'm good. Meanwhile, iraqvet spamming one too many item 1s to get up the ladder quick. But he does get to the ladder. Let's check our false floors here. Ooh, that could be a good set. Just falls for the victory. Do it. Alright, so false floor room number 2. Sticking on that item 2 to get across the section. Now some of our runners actually do like to do very different variants to it. One variant involves using the bubble to find the false floor. One involves using item 1 and making sure you stretch it out as far as you can so then you can grab the letter at the far end. And anxiety rooms, we got rabbits.
Oh, I think that fell off and took a death there.
I want to
Just
focus
trying to use those bubble shooters on the dragon. I think the dragon's becoming a problem to that.
I think iraqvet. That looks like the look of someone who is about to forfeit.
Yeah.
So right now, Tom in the anxiety rooms gets all 3 rabbits down.
Oh, wait, he's actually still going to give it another shot.
I'm sure it was something not PG to say, and I'm not in the SRO room right now. But
I wouldn't want to hear it. Whatever what was said.
meanwhile, Tom is quickly approaching our boob beams here. We're going to be doing a little digging here to see which of our last 3 weapons that he has is a wall weakness, and what the actual weakness for the boob beams are. It's not metal to either of them. How about crash on the wall? Crash on the wall. That bomb's a little low for you.
Don't matter.
Uh-oh, he didn't let the first one finish.
Yeah, this is a cancelable crash. But he got him.
That bomb was just close enough, and they are Buster weak.
All right.
Nice.
Good call going to Buster first.
Yeah.
Always a good call.
Always.
All right, and CasualTom is going on to the reef fight.
Alright. And looks like we're getting Woodband throughout the stage for this one. A good refight song, if I say so.
Iraqvet
Yeah.
really taking their time on the dragon here, having a pretty good fight actually. After all was said and done, they got the low health pretty quick, but then they just didn't take any damage, didn't take any crap from the dragon there, and just finally put it down and moving on to Wily 2 here.
He's low on item 2, so he's gonna have to refill here with the 2 big energy drop. Meanwhile, Tom is taking on Metal Man. And he's at the halfway point of his refights, taking on Airman next. iraqvet getting through the item 2 section of Wily 2. Gonna refill that item 2 again. Nice pulse buffer over the tornado there against Airman. Takes him down.
iraqvet is going to test, or they know, apparently they went straight to crash.
Oh,
Took out the wall there.
well, I'd imagine since they were already on page 2, that's what they went to first. Alright, on to Airman. Tom using that bubble weakness that he knew about earlier and takes down Flashman. iraqvet just getting up there. For those wondering who Tom is playing as Bass. As in the Mega Man 2 Randomizer, you actually choose the sprites you're playing as. As you can see, Tom is playing as Bass, iraqvet's playing as Proto Man. You can also play as OG Mega, and you also can play as Roll as a sprite replacement. Alright, Tom finding that medal for Pico, and our machine is not Buster Weak.
Not Air Weak.
This is a nightmare for Kami.
Although I think the Leaf Shield...
That's a terrible weapon. Let's find something else.
And use an E-Tank.
You already know about air. Now, what he can do, and I'm not saying he should do this, he could just damage boost his way inside the machine, but that's a terrible idea, and I don't recommend it. Not metal, so it looks like heat and crash are our other 2 weaknesses for the machine. Mind you, we only have 1 ultimate weakness for both phases of the machine when we have to go weapon hunting. So if we take down the first one, is crash our weakness for the second part? Yes, it is. But the machine will still have 3 other weaknesses, just in case he runs out of crash. And he's just being careful as he doesn't want to mash too fast, and down goes the machine for Tom.
I was really scared for a second there that iraqvet was going to get rushed right into the spike there on that item too, but thankfully it was a pixel too high for that to happen.
I wasn't looking, but I feel ya. Now, CasualTom is on Victory Road.
With some fireman music.
Classic Mega Man 1 Fireman music.
Alright, Tom is taking, or Vet is taking on their Guts tank. Let's see what he finds as a weakness. We do know Air Shooter is a viable weakness. Let's see if Tom finds something else. But our Vet finds something else. Doesn't look it, as he does find that Air Shooter. Down goes the tank for Vet. Tom, taking on the purple alien. Not Buster. Not Air. Saying, I'm not checking...
That's the bubble. And there we go.
Alright.
Finished.
CasualTom wraps it up. Now, he did technically have an SRL time of 35:12, but we had to add the 5-second penalty for that small zip on wood stage there with the hot dogs, so his official SRL time is a 35:17 for this race.
Get those GGs in the chat, folks. And it looks like has opted to forfeit this race, and get those GGs in for Vet 2, folks. So that was 2 wins for Tom, taking this best of 3. And we'll take a moment to see if we can get both of our runners in here for a post-race interview.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the time to get our runners tonight in here. I just want to give an update as far as the schedule for the Mega Man 2 Randomizer tournament. The next scheduled match is going to be on Thursday, July 16th at 10 p.m. And it's going to be a double header, as we were going to have 2 matches going on at the same time. We're going to have one of our runners here, CasualTom, taking on our streamer for tonight, Mega Kyle. And we're also going to have a match featuring myself, Siberian Wool 9, against Gouda 632. So check that match out on Thursday. Friday, Tom, once again, is going to go at it. I'm sorry, Friday. Yeah, Friday, Tom is going to go at it again at 10 p.m. against Prodigy. Sunday is going to be my last match, actually, for my group, as I take on Bob the Builder. And the match, and so look for those matches coming up on your local SpeedGaming channels. And right now, joining us here in the commentary booth is the winner of our race today, CasualTom. GG's, my dude.
Thanks so much.
GG, Tom.
Thanks, Kami.
GG's to you, Tom.
Thanks.
So, so do you have some rage for that first seed?
First part was, it was about halfway through the Robot Master stage where I realized, oh right, you can E-Tank in stages too. They're not just for boss. I had that E-Tank. Whoops.
How about that Vanish Inquisition on the first seed in Heat stage, though?
That was one of the roughest seeds I think I've ever gotten in a tournament, that first one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always something else when you get all them fat fans in Heat stage. Thankfully, they weren't immune to everything you had. Those kind of situations kind of rise as well, but like, yeah, they had all those tin cans everywhere. There's no way to deboost through it all. That was a hairy situation.
Yeah.
And joining us right now also is iraqvet. GG's.
Not GG's, but thanks anyway. those seeds were rough for me.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, GG, Vet. I do agree, especially that first one. I had like I had about a minute and a half's worth of resets in the beginning.
It's just terrible. That dragon, man, Jesus. On the second feet.
What happened there? He really gave you a run for your money a couple of times. I noticed at one point it looked like you just kind of jumped into the pit. I'm not sure if did you decide to just take a game over and refill your weapon energy, or did you lose track of yourself? What happened?
Well, I thought I tried everything, and the only thing that worked was Bubble, and I knew he had more weaknesses, but I was just like, I didn't really think about it, and I was like, you know what, I'm out of Bubble, I'm just gonna game over because I got 0 lives, take a refill, try it again. And at this point I'm already freaking fuming anyway. So
naturally, yeah, the tilt was real.
I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna take a game over. I call those strategic game overs. Yeah.
Hey, sometimes a game over you didn't think you were gonna take is still optimal compared to what else you could have done. I understand. I've been there against that very dragon myself. I hate that dragon. Oh. So I understand, but it was. I just wanted to ask about it because it's like, I saw you just take a random death, and I wasn't sure about that. And then afterwards, I saw you come back and you were using the charged heat, and you had actually a not like a fast fight with the dragon, but a really good, safe fight getting right through the dragon. And
Those bubbles was that. I think the bubbles was actually his actual weakness, but the charge it looked like it was only doing like 2 damage each time, and it was just really slow and methodical. And I was just like, it was even making me even more mad, like that it was going so slow, you know.
I understand completely.
Terrible. I think actually with this loss, I think I'm officially not advancing now. I think, is that true?
I admittedly don't have the bracket info in front of my face.
Give me one moment while I pull that up.
Because I'm like 0-4.
That might be the case then.
Well, I guess I have to technically say you're 0-3.
How am I
Right now.
0-3?
Wait, did Crab Cakes match already happen, or is it not updated as that?
Oh no, I haven't faced crab cakes. I haven't faced crab cakes.
Yeah, so you're according to this, or it might have already been updated. You're 0-2. It might have already been updated.
You're not out at this point.
I should be after those scenes. Good God.
Oh
You
no!
never know. You know, the next race, maybe something will happen, and it'll be entirely in your favor, and your opponent may just completely mess everything up. You know, you never know what kind of weird things happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh hey, Tournament Discord. You're 0-3. There we go.
0-3, yeah. Hey, somebody's got to be in last place. Might as well be me.
Yeah.
Well, I might be joining you down there pretty soon. I got some rough opponents coming up myself. Not sure how that's gonna go.
Well, you got past one of your rough opponents, so you know what? If you steal a victory, you might be in the clear sailing.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, both these guys they practice a lot more than I do. Yeah, hopefully I just have a good night. Like, you know, tonight was not the best, but just need to warm up.
Oh man.
But yeah, sorry about that zip there. I actually thought I remembered that one being allowed. I thought I remembered like asking about the mini zip in Wood Stage. I thought I heard someone say that was okay, but clearly I remembered incorrectly. So
We were discussing, actually, it's not a zip. What we were discussing it's the following screen transition where you just kind of end up during the screen transition you go through one tile. That one's not considered a zip, but the mini zip that you pulled on Wood Stage on the second dog screen, that one definitely qualifies as a zip, and the official penalty for it is 5 seconds in the defined rules for that.
I was gonna ask you.
Not worth it then.
Zipped right there with those 2 dogs, because I was on Woodman stage the same time that happened, and I was like, oh, I bet you he zipped on those dogs.
Yeah.
It's hard not to. I gotta admit, it's muscle memory.
Yeah.
That's just what you do there. I don't know. like I don't know. Personally, when I approach it, I'm not even thinking about zipping. I'm just thinking about being at that specific height by the time I hit the screen transition. The reasoning isn't in my mind yet. It's just
and all you really got to do is hold left or push left right at the right time, don't you? Just push left.
Yeah. I typically will hold left until the screen transition ends. Just let go in time for him to turn left, but not really go anywhere.
Really? Because I've been pressing it like right after the transition and shortly after it, and I don't get it very often, so clearly I don't know what I'm doing. That's why I was just kind of messing around. I was like, I'm not gonna.
Any of those zips, I do that way, but it definitely makes it interesting when you're a zip. You're a zip runner, and even having experience in the randomizer tournament in the past, and now it's zipless. It's weird the effect that it actually has, and it equalizes the playing field really well. But at the same time, it's like most of us have these certain habits, like we were just saying, where it's like we'll just jump at the end of that screen. We don't even necessarily know why we're jumping yet. We just do that, and then you end up with the zip like we saw earlier.
Yeah, you know, the funny and sad thing about that is I actually have gone for that zip like every time, and I just happened to get it in like my 6th race of the tournament. So
Naturally.
Won't happen again. You can bet on that. I don't have those muscle memories of which you speak. Not there. But quick question while we're here. So we were doing weekly community rando like last night, and I did the Yoku zip in Heatman stage through the column, like one of those safe ones. How much time would it be for that?
I think that's also a 5-second zip there. I'd have to double check.
Might be worth it in some cases because, like,
It
in that
is in some
situation,
cases.
yeah, in that situation I was in, I was like, y'all can fight me, like I'm going for it.
Yeah, and you no-showed on in the schoolyard.
I
So,
know.
so that one has an odd penalty. Basically, if you intentionally do the zip, they'll take 10 seconds off your time, or I'm sorry, add 10 seconds to your time. And if you do it unintentionally, like say you get hit by an enemy and then the Yoku block appears on the wrong frame and you just get sent through, then it's only 5 seconds. So that's
I think it's okay.
that's a weirdly worded penalty there that has strategic potential. Depending
I
on
get it.
what kind of craziness the randomizer throws at you in that section, because sometimes there is no other way other than to zip through. So that makes for an interesting decision to make. So you take a D boost and zip through and lose 5 seconds, or you do it intentionally and lose 10 seconds, or do you die? Yeah, definitely. Like I said, making it zipless this year has changed things up quite a bit.
I dig it though. It's certainly made for some close races, and you know what? You can't really argue that based on some of the results we've seen.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. It levels the playing field, and it definitely keeps it interesting because there's many different decisions that we make now that like we never even had to.
All I can say is I, for one, who doesn't know zips, am glad we're doing this.
I'm glad. I had to learn them
glad.
last year, and I'm okay not doing them.
I'm glad that we're all commentating it now.
Good to be here.
Yep. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, Casual Tom and Bet, good luck on your next races.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll be sure to lose those too.
Oh no, gotta keep your hopes up, man.
All right. Well, Tom, I'll see you on Thursday as we both have our own races then.
I'm gonna be super nervous for that one.
Well, you got a tough opponent and I got a tough opponent, so I'm gonna be just as nervous as you.
It's a tough opponent that's like worth the effort. He's gonna make me work. Whatever happens, I gotta put on a good show. It's the only chance I got. I gotta do better than tonight.
And your greed's gonna be on full effect.
Well, I like to think I'm learning from some of these mistakes. Next time I'll have to remember you can do them on stages as well. That's what I'm taking with me from tonight.
Sounds good. And Vet, if you can't seem to set your sights on winning, you can always set them on finishing a seed.
I know, right? I only finished like once too.
Or set your sights on the commentary booth.
I've had my forfeits last year. It's not the end of your.
I also
No,
had
it's
my,
not. It's just
I also had my fair share of forfeits.
I've had them in weeklies as well, definitely.
I've had
Well,
my fair share too. I know that it don't feel good. But
I just don't want to sit here forever and keep the stream going whenever I could just stop, and move on.
I totally understand, and when you're tilted and it's too much, it's too much. All I'm saying is, win or lose, you do at least get to put on a show for everybody that shows up, and they're gonna enjoy it, whether you think you did well or not. They're still gonna enjoy this show. But no, I totally understand, and I'm totally guilty myself. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I forfeit a lot.
I'd forfeit too, man.
But it is something to think about, and maybe it doesn't matter. It depends on the individual, but I don't know. It's something I think about, so I thought I'd bring it up.
Yeah, thanks.
So, do we have any more questions for our runners, or you guys think we're about ready to wrap it up here?
I think we're set to wrap it up here.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you everybody for coming out and watching. Thank you SpeedGaming for putting on the show for us, handling the restream and the programs behind the scenes for the scheduling and the tracking and whatnot. Thank you, Bull and Coops, for doing the commentary. I know I stepped in part way through, as well as Mega Kyle. He's handling the tracking himself in the background there, and he stepped in for commentary while he was able. Thanks to Charlie Boy for putting on the tournament yet again, and for randomizing it just a little bit more with some different rules. I'm ready for bed. So I'll let you
Me
guys
too.
say-
Right behind you, buddy.
We're right behind you. All right, folks. We'll see you next time, which is going to be Thursday. You're going to have myself against Gouda632, and you're going to have CasualTom against Mega Kyle. No, Mega Kyle on Thursday at 10 p.m. So come back and watch that barn burner. See you guys.
Bye.